be optimistic about a science project that involved the hot air balloon. The first hot air balloon didn't turn out well, but I was optimistic that it would work. The first two heat sources didn't work well either. Neither heat source raised the balloon, although I was still optimistic that it would work. And when I tried the third heat source, it worked. I was so excited. The balloon went about 15 feet in the air and flew for about 10 seconds. I was pretty thrilled with how long it was in the air. After doing this experiment, the following quote by Jimmy Dean helped me understand what I had learned. You can't direct the wind, but you can adjust yourselves. When I create things, I am very optimistic that they will actually work or be useful. I usually picture what weapon or object I want to make in my head first. Once I have made it, I test it and see how I can make it better. Most of the weapons or objects I make are made out of natural materials or household items. I usually use trial and error to see if it works. If I make something and it doesn't work right, I redo it, so not to make the same mistake again. Once I made a 30-foot flagpole in my front yard. I had to lash 3 pieces of bamboo together. The first time I lashed it, it all came apart. And I was optimistic I could lash it again, and it stayed together. After lashing it harder and tighter, it worked. The flagpole stood in my front yard for about 2 weeks until my dog came running down the hill at about 20 miles per hour and knocked it over and it fell on my house. Another time my optimism has helped me overcome an obstacle is when I wanted to learn how to trick ski. I saw one of my friends trick skiing on 2 skis, and I thought it was awesome. The first time I tried to trick ski, I couldn't do it. I tried it with one ski first, because my dad said it would be harder, and that created a challenge for me. And I was optimistic I could succeed. When I first tried it, I couldn't do it the first few times. My attitude and desire to get up on the trick ski helped me finally succeed. And when I did, it felt like the water was as slick as ice under my feet. It might have been the hardest thing I've ever done. By the end of the week, I had ordered my very own trick ski. I learned how to jump the wake, and now I'm starting to clear the wake. And I'm also working on a trick called a 360 and riding the ski backwards. It even inspired me to try riding a boat paddle. I did actually do this for a little while, until the water started spraying all on my face and I began to drown. As you can see, I have tried to be optimistic in several situations in my life. And these were just a few examples I feel were significant experiences that I can share with you. Being optimistic in every situation is a choice we can all make. There are times when I might not be very optimistic about something. For example, writing this paper. I was worried about the length of the paper, the speech to follow, and speaking in front of all you. I know now that I can change my attitude by being optimistic instead of dreading everything, and the outcome will be far better.